Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and especially merciful. Dear viewers across the globe, I greet you with the greeting of peace, the greeting that we learned from our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, which can be summed up in translation as may peace be with you. As you perhaps know by now that it has more than just peace, yet we perhaps accept for the sake of making it short and beautiful. We say just peace, but it's much, much more than this. It includes peace of Allah, it includes mercy from Allah, and it includes blessings from Almighty Allah. We all seek that and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to provide me and the listeners and the viewers with that. Ameen, ameen. Dear viewers, welcome to Treasures from the Quran. Welcome to take treasures for free from the Quran. As you know that, nobody is going to charge you for what you gain, for the quality knowledge that you are going to get here. In fact, it is free. You are supposed to take as much as you can, and you are also supposed to understand them as much as you can, and you are also supposed to share it with others. And we encourage you to do that. I personally encourage you from time to time. Even I encourage you more than one time in every episode, because this is your opportunity. Huge window of opportunities are open for you. So take them, seize them, use them, abuse these opportunities. Use it everywhere where you are. That's very good in your presentations. You'll find that, at least in your presentation, in just not your understanding, but even if you present part of it for the public who had been deprived for many years, even the most educated ones, they are still deprived of this valuable, precious knowledge that you find in the Quran, because it's so unique. And this is your opportunity. As you know that in many verses in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks, قُلْ سِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ. Walk here, make expeditions, go in this direction and the other directions, go everywhere, make research, read, study, explore, do all the possible ways of learning. Do this. When we do this, when we go here and there, when we travel across the globe in different continents and in different countries, and perhaps in your own country yourself, explore the areas that you don't have information about it. When you do this, you will find wonders. You will find things that are away from you, that you have never learned before. Until now, and the Quran tells us, you will find people in this island are worshipping trees. You will find in the other part of the world, people are worshipping idols. You will find people in this north, they are worshipping the moon. You will find people in the east are worshipping the sun or are worshipping the moon. You will find people have different gods. It may be striking to you, yes, because you have the Quran in your background and you know that these are not gods. These are not things to be worshipped at all. Yet, until now, in the 21st century, you can get an idea now, yes, you can look at all these programs that are presented to you on the TV, on some screens, or the internet, you will find all this kind of information available to you. And this is the percentage of people who worship the sun in this place. And this is the percentage of the people who worship the moon. And this is the percentage of the people who worship idols or trees or others until now. For a believer, particularly for the Muslim believers who have the book that contains the verbatim of Allah, the genuine, pure knowledge, this sounds very strange because they know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala openly said it to all humans. We remind every book, every human, that this book is the book of Allah, then it is meant to be for all humans. I'm quite sure that most of the people, if not all of them now on the earth, they know that this book is not just for Muslims, it's not just for Arabs, it is for every human. The proof, I always repeat it, you will find that many verses in the Quran that says, Ya ayyuhan nas, O you humans, O you people, O you mankind. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing them. You can understand that this is for humans. You know that it's not only for humans, but it is also for the other creatures, that is for the jinn. Ya ma'ashar al-ins wal-jinn, O you humans and jinn. You have to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent this book for you. So now, if you, I'm quite sure that you are, if you believe that you are a human being living on this planet, that this book is for you. How many times have you read it? Have you read it from cover to cover? Have you understood it? Have you started, at least, have you started learning it or not? If the answer is no, that you will miss a lot of opportunities. You may miss the best opportunity in the whole entire world, the opportunity of accessing paradise, something that every human being is eager to access. Here, look at this kind of information. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in chapter number 17, ayah number 44. Chapter 17, I repeat, ayah number 44. Look for the do's and don'ts throughout the entire Quran, because at least 1/3 of the entire Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us the things that we do and the things that we should not do. This is something very important. If you miss it, you miss it. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ, one of the signs of Allah. Do you want that? This is a sign of Allah. This is a sign that guides you to the creator of this universe, is that الليل والنهار والشمس والقمر. Among the signs that Allah created for us to know Allah is that الليل النهار, the night and the day, and الشمس والقمر, the sun and the moon. These are, all of them are signs from Allah. Yet, here comes the restriction. لا تسجدوا للشمس ولا للقمر. Don't prostrate, don't worship the sun, nor the moon. وَاسْجُدُوا لِلَّهِ الَّذِي خَلَقَهُنَّ. Worship only the one who created them. Who is the one who created them? Is Allah. So instead of doing wrong worship, and unfortunately this is the status quo that happens in the world nowadays, that most of the people, again, highlight the word most of the people on this planet, they still worship the sun and worship the moon and worship others than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't do that. That's what the essence of the ayah tells us. Don't do that. Rather, obey and worship the one who created them. Don't waste your time. In a nutshell, don't create anything that has been created. Don't worship it. Rather, worship only the creator of everything. Who is the creator of everything? Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything else that you see in this entire world and this entire universe, and to everything that you know, is a creature, is the creation of Allah. So the creator, this entire universe is the creator and the creation. Don't worship anything or anyone, human or inhuman, animate or inanimate, big or small. Don't worship. Rather, worship the creator of everything else. Very simple, very straightforward. Even young kids can understand this. Yet, you would find some people in this world who had been misguided and have been misguided throughout all their lifetimes. They are still worshipping the creature or the creation of Allah, instead of worshipping the creator of this universe. They select one they think that it is powerful than this. The most powerful thing that they see is the sun, so they worship it. For other people who live in villages, they see the most powerful or the most beneficial thing for them. Maybe they see it as an animal, a cow, so they worship it. Some others select a bird because it's so strong, like an eagle. You will find those kinds of people are spreading everywhere. Why? This puts a lot of burden on us and on you, because you know that these are creatures, but there is their Lord who told us, don't worship any of these creatures. They are so weak. They can be changed by Almighty Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who created them. He is the one who can vanish them. He is so powerful. And that's why one of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most powerful, the Almighty, Al-Qawiyyu, Al-Matinu, Al-Qadiru. He is the most capable. So why are you looking for the least capable and ignore the most capable? That's why, remember, in the beginning of this episode, I guided you and I advised you to seek knowledge about the Creator first, because every minute you spend when you are doing this, seeking knowledge about the Creator, is a very valuable thing in your life. It will benefit you throughout your entire life, not just temporarily. It will help you in understanding how this world is run by its Creator. And the more you know, the more you would approach knowing the truth, and even scientifically. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm reminding you that Allah is the Lord of science. He is the one who created science. He is the one who commands science. He is the one who directs science and directs it from here to here, from this direction into that direction. He is the one who controls. He has control over everything in this universe. So why waste your time? Why waste your time? You can test and see and explore and see what's happening. Yes, we know the answer. Most of the answers of the people, they would say it. Some of them are braver than others. Some of them, they will say that we have been deceived by the people around us. We have been misled by the people around us. They were not educated. They did not have the truth. They didn't know the true knowledge. Therefore, they taught us some information out of their own desires, out of their own thinking. They made up the information. They made up these things and they started teaching it until it went to many islands and many countries across the globe. We only discovered this truth now, if this is the case. So know that this is the time for you to change, because your entire life, not only your entire life in this world, but the future forever for you will depend on that. Because based on this kind of knowledge that you know, you might have inherited it from your parents, you might have learned it from your teachers and from your professors, you might have inherited it from your neighborhood and people around you. Whatever the case is, if you know that this is not working according to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you in this great source of knowledge, the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Quran Al-Kareem, so it's time to change. And when in doubt, leave it doubt. Learn this lesson. I'm quite sure that it is a common lesson. Wherever you are, you can approach, you can apply this kind of rule, that wherever you are, if this does not work, put it aside. Look for something else. Until, definitely, if you are sincerely and seriously and scientifically exploring, looking for the truth, you will be guided. You just need sincerity and effort, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will definitely guide you and guide me and guide all the people on this planet. Ameen, ameen. Wa akhiru da'wana an alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.